What is up, my friends? How's everybody doing tonight? Got a special live edition with Chasin The Graph. I've got my man Luke Fury with me this evening. How are you doing, my man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this because, like, we were just kind of chatting it up a little bit. I know you guys are busy all the time, and if you're not practicing, you're on the road. If you're not on the road, you're in a show. If you're not on the show, you're practicing and all that good stuff. So I definitely appreciate you taking the time.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
And to kind of kick things off a little bit, let's talk about how you've been doing this for 7, 8 months now, and you haven't even graduated high school yet, right?
No, sir. Not yet. Oh
Have
man.
you ran into any obstacles being under the age of 18 and trying to really make a name for yourself?
Um. Yeah. Honestly, there's some people that don't take me as seriously as I feel like they should. Just because of my age and where I'm at right now. And that's just part of life, honestly. I think it comes with experience, in my opinion. So there's certain guys that haven't taken me seriously than they've seen me wrestle, and they kind of have more respect for me than they did at the beginning of the night because they hadn't seen anything I'd done yet, if that makes any sense. So, um, yeah.
Yeah, because like you saying that, people hadn't seen you before. I've had the pleasure of seeing you 3 or 4 times, I think. Both are all times at the ALW, and two of the times you actually fought Jackson Drake, and you were just telling me a little bit about how kind of inspiring he was for you in the beginning.
Oh yeah, I've looked up to Jack for I want to say 3.5, going on 4 years now. It's been a long time, man. Like he's the reason I got into pro wrestling. I seen one of his Firestar matches, him and Malachi. I think it was Kid Black America versus Jackson Drake,
Hmm.
and I saw that and I was instantly hooked on him, and I was like, let me find out how old this kid is and where this is at. And little did I know, it was not too far away from me. It was in Greensboro. He was like 14 at the time, so I was like, hell, man, if he's doing it at this age, why not? Why can't I? So
How long was it after that from the moment it clicked with you, like, man, he's 14, like I'm doing this, to the point where you actually started like practicing and like getting the ball rolling on becoming a wrestler?
well, honestly, it took a couple years of convincing my mom and my dad. And my dad is, I don't really tell a lot of people this. My dad's a 21-year vet. He's been from here to wherever you can think, literally.
Oh, no.
So yeah, he was looking at it like because he didn't want me to get hurt, and honestly, see what he's coming from now. So, um, it was about I started training. A lot of people don't know this. I started training in August of last year. Um, yeah. So in my opinion, from actually here, I'll give you a little backstory on that. I started training in August of last year, and I wasn't allowed to bump until December or January. So if that gives you an idea, I had my first match in March. If that gives you an idea of how much I've came, from then to now, it's in my opinion, it's amazing. So, ah,
That kind of blows my mind. Like I said, having seen you several times in person, and even just as recently as like 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. That's super impressive because you're not just going out there and like clothesline and doing some back body drops. I mean, you're getting thrown into a pile of chairs and just leaving it all out there.
man, that oh my gosh, it was kind of like a let's okay. Here, I'll put it to you in this way. When I hit the chair, I realized immediately. I was like, "Oh, that hurt, dog. That hurt." I was I was like, "Oh man!" And then as soon as I finished the match, I had it recorded and I sent it to my dad. He just responded back with outlaw mud show shit. I was like,
That's
I was
so
like, well,
appropriate, though. That's such an
man,
appropriate way to put it, though.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Though I told him I was like, I'm either like I'm gonna die doing this. Like I know that. Like, if I don't die doing this, then I don't know how I'm going to die, honestly, because I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life until I literally can't do it anymore. So, might as well start doing some stupid stuff now, in my opinion. But,
And I mean that's what people want to see. There's the off the top rope moves and the in ring moves are they're special. They take practice and hard work, but at the end of the day, people just want to see other people getting chucked in the chairs and tables and everything else.
man, for some reason, like, wrestling fans love violence, like, love it. I just I can't, like, I remember as soon as I like took that Death Valley driver onto the chairs, somebody was like, "Do it again." I was like, "No, don't do it again. Don't do it again." No. So I don't know. They just love their violence, man.
Yeah, and that's like me personally, like death matches are cool. I like them.
Mm.
If it's like one a show or something like that,
Yeah.
I personally would never go to like an all death match show, but to have
Yeah.
one every now and then is like cool. But like you were saying, man, people just want to see somebody take a couple of chairs to the forehead.
Yeah, that's right. I know that. Oh
Is,
gosh.
was that kind of your plan when you know getting started or when you first got started, like I'm just going to put my entire body out there, like just leave it all out there at all costs kind of thing?
Well, honestly, first starting, I had that mindset, but then I have a really, like, when it comes to wrestling, there's some things I can't do because, just the mental block up here. So just as of recently, I've started getting out of my comfort zone, and now, like, I just, oh geez, that speaker just cut off. As of now, I've just kind of, I just do it. Like, I hit my first 450 2-3 weeks ago and won the title for it. Like, I hit the 450 at like, man, I tell you what it is, I can't think about it. Like, I'll tell the guy right before we go, I'm like, I'm gonna hit this move, and I can't think about it for the rest of the time because if I do, I won't be able to do it. So, like, with the Death Valley driver, I was like, hit me with the Death Valley driver. He said, "You sure?" I said, "Yes." Don't talk about it anymore. That's the one spot we're gonna hit. I said, "Just throw it in there." He said, "All right." So, I mean, he caught me unexpected with it. That's why it worked out best for me, because if I was thinking about that for the whole match, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have just jumped down from his shoulders. But, you know, that mental block hasn't been there in a couple of weeks, I'd like to say. So I guess it's working in my favor.
Yeah, definitely. Because I don't know if people watching will know the names of the moves or whatever, but like I was already just like, oh shit, the whole time you and Jackson were going at it. But like when you and I've mentioned it like four times, but when you hit that Panama Sunrise, let me tell you, I popped. I came out of my chair. I've got my hands on my head. I'm looking around, and everyone else is just sitting there, and I'm just like, do you not like? Do you not see that?
Yes.
Like,
Man, oh my gosh. I don't know. I mean, like, oh wait, you were there the last time, right? The last match me and Jack had. You remember the one that where I gave him, it was the he had me up in fireman's carry, switched me around, and then went back with it.
yeah, yeah.
I I thought that one was pretty sick in my opinion. But
Yeah, and that's just what I'm saying for you, to have only literally kind of been like fully involved and taking bumps and everything since December. It's November, so you're looking at about 11 months now.
mm,
And for you to be getting thrown into chairs and nailing Panama Sunrises and everything, I think that's pretty impressive. From a fan standpoint, I've been to the wrestling school at the Lucha Dome a couple of times with like Cool J and all them,
mm.
but to be like in an actual full like contact practice and everything, I don't know what goes into it. But for you to be nailing those moves 11 months in, like, I mean, that's just impressive to me.
Oh man, I appreciate it. When I go out there, I try to give it 110%, and literally anytime, no matter who I'm wrestling, what I'm doing. Like, I try to put my all into it, and if I don't, then it makes me feel like it makes me feel like shit after, because I'm like, I just went out there in front of how many fans, and not only did I just quote unquote waste their time, but I wasted my own time by not giving it 110%. So it makes me feel like shit for the rest of the week, and like, oh, I hate that feeling so much. That's like the worst feeling you can ever get as a wrestler, like feeling like you didn't give it your all. But like Saturday, I came home from that show hurting like oh God, god awful. But I came home from that show like with a smile on my face. As soon as I walked out of that building, I knew that we created something special on Saturday night, and coming in the near future, I don't know if you saw at the end of the show, Malachi and Maurice attacked me and Jack. So maybe, just maybe, that could lead into, father-son tag team, Jackson Drake and Luke Fury. But maybe, you never know. But
Father son tag team. I like that. That's a
oh
good
yeah.
one. Yeah, because it's so funny you mentioned that because we went to Firestar like I guess last weekend or the weekend before when Jackson and Malachi had their match and then they came out together at the beginning of the ALW show this past Saturday, and I was like, something ain't right. Something's weird.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the show, you were saying that Maurice and Khan, we're not going to forget about him. He was involved, and they attacked you, and then you and Jackson were left standing. So, if I'm telling you right now, man, if something comes down the pipeline and you guys tag together, like just shut up and take my money.
Man, I feel like that'd be a good tag team myself, honestly. I don't know what our tag name would be. We did have an idea. We were like, if we ever tag team, I think our name's gonna be the Jackson Faction. The Jackson Faction, dude. I popped so hard when he said that.
It works. Oh my God, it works so good too.
It does, but people are gonna be like, it just says Jackson. Where's the Fury? So,
yeah, you know how people are. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense.
Man, I
So
hate it.
what would that mean to you for you to become a tag partner if it does come down the road to be a tag partner with someone that has inspired you and you've looked up to so much?
Honestly, like just thinking about it, I feel like it'd be very surreal because like looking back this time last year, I had never talked to Jack a day in my life. I've never texted Jack. I've never spoke to Jack. I've never seen Jack. So I honestly, me right now, I'd be like, oh man, that's cool. But like me a year ago, it'd be like, holy shit, like popping inside, like dude, like oh my God, like I'm really teaming with Jackson Drake. But like now, since I know him, and I've talked to him several times, it's not like that for me anymore. It's like he's just one of my boys. So,
kind of get that kind of phasing out of the fanboy side of things.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, I had to get out of that a long time ago. Like as soon as I found that I was wrestling him the first time, I was like, all right, we got to shut this shit out. It's got to go. Like it's got to go, man.
The several or a few months back, I say several, but a few months back when you and him fought at the Lucha Dome, you guys were on your knees in the middle of the ring, just trading slaps left and right.
Oh my gosh, man! Speaking of that. Jack, okay, so we're in the bag. Okay, I'm just completely breaking kayfabe with this, but fuck it, dude. So we're sitting in the back. We're like, he says, "All right, I want to get on our knees at one point," and just starts trading slaps. I was like, "Okay, yeah, I was like, you obviously want me to gimmick slap you, right? Cross the neck." He was like, "Yeah." We get out there. I give him the loudest slap, like out of that. I don't think that building has heard a louder slap than that, honestly. So like it's ringing, and all of a sudden I see him. I'm like hands like down like this on my knees, looking at him. I see his hand just cocked all the way back, catches me right here. I'm talking about my jaw rung. I was like, I don't know. You can see in the video, like I just like fall all the way back with it. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. I was like, I thought we were gimmicking this, man. But I don't know. That was probably my favorite part out of the match, was giving him that one good slap and having the whole crowd you can just hear everybody. Oh, So it was a really cool moment right there.
That's so funny because like I guess you're just so caught up in the moment as a fan or whatever. I didn't even notice that he like actually caught you like on the side.
Man, I'm talking about it was a straight jaw. Like I remember like feeling my jaw move with it. I was like, oh my God, dude. Oh,
And for like as a wrestler on like looking at the stuff on TV, and obviously, AEW does a lot for the independent scene, and AEW is getting bigger, and there's a whole lot of like AEW versus WWE, and just as like a professional independent wrestler, which one of those two products do you watch, or do you watch all of it?
Honestly, I don't watch a lot of. I can't tell you the last time I sat down and watched a full show, dude. I just,
Really?
yeah, I was thinking about watching Dynamite tonight. I honestly might still. I don't know yet, but I watch a lot of independent stuff. That's like mostly what I watch. I love to watch Game Changer Wrestling, um, JCW Jersey Championship Wrestling. Really anything local too that I find interesting. Nothing from South Carolina though, because it's just arm drags and hip tosses. But that's the story for another time. But man, I love independent wrestling right now. I think it's the best it's ever been. But like for mainstream and TV wrestling, I just really can't get into it. I mean AEW. I have a lot of friends in AEW, so it's like I watch some of their stuff. But other than that, I really don't get into it.
That's like really interesting to me too, because when it comes down to it, I'm kind of on the same page you are. Like,
Yeah.
if I had the choice to pay the same amount of money, if I have to, somebody says you get $100, you can watch AEW, you can watch WWE, or you can go to Firestar. I'm going to Firestar,
Yeah.
and I think it's just like the one on almost like a intimate, more intimate setting where it's like
Yeah.
3 or 4 rows deep. The wrestlers come out, touch your hand, shake your hand, whatever. But in WWE, you're just going to see them walk to the ring, hit a couple of spots, and then walk back. And
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. And I have seen, heard of some wrestlers say that they watch TV wrestling, but it's just I guess, maybe gain something or learn something they didn't know before, which I
Mhm.
imagine kind of hard to do just by watching it.
Man, and like in my opinion, like the difference between independent wrestling and mainstream pro wrestling right now is like these guys on the independent scene are hungrier than ever, man. I'm talking about like hungrier than ever. There is a 1 in 100% chance that you are going to make it on mainstream. And honestly, that sucks because there's so many good guys around the independent scene right now that deserve to make it. Like I can name off one um Leo. Okay, no mind. He's already in AEW. Not my bad. Casey Navarro. I'll give him one.
Yeah,
Casey Navarro. He's one of the guys that needs to be on TV, but it's like he just hasn't got the shot yet. He's been on Dark, but that's pretty much it, you know.
yeah,
But like, dude, the independent scene is growing faster than ever, and in my opinion, it's taking over mainstream. If you gave somebody an option to, like you just said, if you gave somebody an option to go, let's say, Game Changer Wrestling, for an instance, and you're like Game Changer Wrestling or Raw, I'm going to GCW. I don't know about you. I'm going to GCW to watch that because one, it's like those guys are literally giving it everything they have in the, like they're killing themselves out there for this, and it's like people on TV. It's like they're still they're still doing their thing, but it's like you can tell there's two different sides to it where it's like that, like in independent wrestling people are literally trying to kill themselves. On TV they're just going in there doing their stuff, getting out, getting their money, blah blah blah. It's more professional, if that makes sense. It's like an actual business, which I really don't like, but it's like a movie. It's entertainment for them. So
yeah. And I think that's a good thing you touched on is the entertainment side of it,
mm,
because and to kind of piggyback off that, not only do you have to, I don't want to say to make it, but to really, I guess, make a name for yourself. You don't just have to be good in the ring. You don't just have to be really good at hitting moves, calling moves, but you have to be good at promos and
oh yeah,
talking shit and calling people out. And I think that's something that I always like to touch on is just the promo side of things, because I, as a fan, feel like a promo can sell tickets just as good, if not better, than having Jackson Drake and Luke Fury,
mm.
the main event or something like that.
Dude, I can't stress this enough. There's so many people in wrestling that I've heard that they don't like me because I talk so much shit when it comes down to wrestling. But it's like, dude, what do you want me to do? Not cut a promo and just show up? I'm not going to sit there and make my promo boring. I'm coming Saturday. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to literally go on that promo and say, I'm going to kick your ass. Like, I'm coming to beat the shit out of you. Like, I'm not coming to play around. Like, I'm coming to beat the shit out of you. That's what I said. That's what I said about Jack. If you watched the promo, I said, I'll see you Saturday, bitch, because I'm coming to whoop your ass. And I mean, like, I'd rather see that than just somebody sitting there, I'm going to see you Saturday, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's not interesting to me. That doesn't make me want to go to the show. Like, honestly, it doesn't make me want to buy a ticket.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, because there are plenty of guys on TV who are great in the ring. They command the crowd and everything, but they aren't shit on the mic. You know,
Exactly.
I think that's kind of what separates not good wrestlers from great wrestlers or anything like that. But I think that's what separates a lot of them, is the ones that are good on the mic and that can, talk shit to where people be like, man, I want to go see if he can back that up. Or
Exactly.
on the flip side, somebody be like, man, I want him to get his ass beat. I'm going to go pay $20 on the front row just to watch Luke Perry get his ass beat.
Oh, yeah. Trust me, it's happened several times. They're like, I just want to see you get beat up. I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, man, why? Like,
it's like, man, I'll beat you up.
Exactly, dog. Like, dude, you don't want this.
We were just talking about, we just mentioned AE Dark. Is that something you would do, given the opportunity?
Right now, yeah, honestly. Well, if I were given an opportunity, let's say they came to me and said, like right now, right where I am right now, probably not. If they gave me an opportunity and say, hey, we want you in 6 months. Make sure you improve, perfect everything you have. 6 months' time. Of course I'd do it, because by then I can improve so much more. I'll literally be in the ring like every other day. But like, right now where I'm at, I don't think I'm necessarily ready for that big opportunity. In my opinion, other people might think differently, but I don't think I'm ready for that opportunity yet.
I think that's a big thing to recognize, because obviously there are, even though it goes live on YouTube and it's not on actual TV, there are hundreds of thousands of people that watch it, and I imagine if someone like you, who's very new and just kind of starting to work your way out of everything, that if you go in there and make a fool of yourself, I imagine that you have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, man, it's gonna be like the worst first impression you could ever have. Oh God. Oh. Mm.
Other than Jackson, is there another independent wrestler that if you could get your hands on, that you would absolutely take it?
See, there's one guy, but he's not like, I don't want to just go in there and beat the shit out of him. I want to have a good match with him. Think about how I looked up to Jackson Drake 2-3 years ago, but think about that with this guy now, like 100 times more. I'm gonna have to give you Jordan Oliver. Jordan Oliver is one of the guys that I mean, I can text Jordan Oliver and say, hey man, can you give me advice on this? I need some, just anything critique wise. Same with Jack, honestly though. I can really do that with those two, and they'll give me anything I need. Like, you can do this better. You did this good. This could use some work, but other than that, it looked good. But Jordan Oliver, if I got the chance to wrestle Jordan, man, that's the next match that I hope that JM books. Oh gosh.
I guess if Jordan or JM are watching this, then maybe they could take a hint. I don't know.
Oh man, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, honestly, I think that needs some more time too for me to, tidy some things up, because Jordan Oliver, he's definitely, I don't know how to explain Jordan. He's very I'll put it in this way, very good. he's really good at what he does. So it's like I definitely need some time to, get a little bit better with that.
Somebody's excited to see you.
Yeah. I'll explain that to you after we get off here.
That means it's going to be a good story.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Fuck. Well, what were we saying? That caught me off guard. Jesus Christ.
it like talking about independent wrestling and stuff like that, and getting booked in certain places is what's the one place that you like want to get booked? Is it GCW?
Yeah, GCW right now. Well, I know that's gonna take a little bit more time. So
Yeah,
something more reasonable, I guess, I would say Firestar. But GCW, I definitely want to be there by 17, 18, like by my age. So I definitely want to be there by then. That's one big goal that I have for myself. But right now, the only goal, as in like promotion wise, it's like realistic, is Firestar.
yeah. We uh last weekend or the weekend before, it was Halloween weekend, whichever weekend that was. That was the first time going, and we had a damn good time. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, man, I love Firestar. I love LeBron Cozone, man. Like I wrestled with the Bojangles Coliseum. Um, when was that? I think June, and he was there, and that was the first time I ever met Cozone. Man, he's the coolest guy you'll ever meet, bro. He is the coolest guy, I swear. Had the best time there, by the way. Very, very. Oh my, like, dude. Speaking of Bojangles, this is very off topic, dude. I walked in there and I was like, like, bro, it's crazy. I
Yeah,
think we're
because I
supposed to be
mean
going back sometime next year.
yeah, because the Bojangles Coliseum, that's not just like a armory somewhere, or just like a little what would you say, just like somebody's backyard or something. That's a legit Coliseum.
That's a huge place. Dude, I'll tell you, like, I was in, like, you can see me, like, on the video. As soon as I walk out the curtain, I'm just like, I was so like starstruck and everything, dude. It was just, I also mouthed it out. I was like, take it all in, because I mean, I don't know how many 15-year-olds are wrestling in a stadium like that. Like how many 15-year-olds do you know that have wrestled in a stadium that big? Like I don't, in my opinion, I don't know anybody. But I've also been saying this for the last I'll say last 3 months. There's no person my age doing what I'm doing. And I say that wholeheartedly and with full confidence. There is nobody my age at 15 doing what I'm doing right now.
I don't know of any. Like I'm sure it would have
Yeah.
came out somewhere or something, but I just don't know of any. And if you're this hungry and this passionate at 15, by 18, man, who really knows? The sky's the limit with you, you know?
Yes, sir. You're exactly right on that. I hope by 18 I'll have. Can't wait the next fight, Luke. Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely. Oh, speaking of, that's Saturday in Tennessee.
I
Making my
was gonna say
Tennessee debut.
let's go ahead and piggyback off that question. Where do you got some stuff coming up at?
Saturday I've got a show in Tennessee. And then next Saturday I have a show in. It's in North Carolina. It's for the same promotion. They're just traveling back and forth. Gosh, where's it at? I really can't even remember, to be totally honest with you. The poster came out for it today and everything. It's somewhere in North Carolina. I know it's like an hour and a half from my house, so it's not too bad of a drive. So yeah, I'm back in North Carolina next weekend, and then as for that, I'm pretty much free. Like up until next year, I don't really have anything for next year either. So I'm about to put out a new highlight after I get unbanned from Facebook. If anybody's here and wondering why I haven't posted anything about mine and Jack's match, it's because I'm banned on Facebook for literally commenting a week before our match. I'm going to kick Jackson Drake's ass. But, yeah.
How long did you get banned for?
30 days.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so it's already been 2 weeks, so I got about 2 more weeks to go, sadly.
The good old community standard strike again.
Yes, man. I hated that. And every time I've got banned, it's about saying something about Jack. It's every time. It's either saying something about him or Malachi. Because I remember it was supposed to, me, Malachi, and Diego Hill were supposed to have a triple threat match like a month ago. And I ended up not getting to make it. And I remember I'd commented, I said, Malachi had commented on my post, and I said, "Wait till next Saturday when me and when me and Diego really have to do your shit or something like that." And it banned me for that, and I was like, "Bro, I was so bad."
That's so funny because that is something I never thought of. Because I mean,
Yeah,
I know Tyler X and Maurice have gotten into it on Facebook several times. So that's something I didn't even think about. That if you're banned and some other guy wants to call you out and talk shit about it, there's
You
nothing you
can't
can
do
do.
anything. Dude, I
Oh,
had Tom. If you know who Thomas Extreme is, he went on Instagram. I'm not Instagram, Facebook, and like my whole thing is goth boy shit and all that. So he went on Facebook while I'm banned. This is like the second day after I got banned. He said out here looking more hashtag goth boy shit than Luke Fury, and I couldn't comment under it. And then all you had Trayton Bigelow comments under it, a poster of me and Jackson Drake saying, this was like 2 weeks ago, I think, like right as the match got announced, he was like, too bad he can't even share his own poster. And I was like, oh, I just texted him both with the middle fingers. I was like, yeah, both of you,
oh
man.
man, me personally, that was God, man. I'd lay awake thinking about that at night.
It's eating me up, honestly. It's eating me up right now.
Yeah,
Oh man.
one question that I did want to ask is like, how does getting booked work? Like, do you reach out to promoters? Do they reach out to you? Or is it mainly just kind of like them reaching out to you?
Um, right now, in my opinion, I've had a lot of promoters reaching out to me. Don't want to sound like cocky in any way, but that's just how it's been recently. Um, and other times, yeah, I do reach out to promoters. I try to do that as much as I can. Like for instance, the first time I went to ALW, I think I had my third match was a ladder match at ALW. If you knew that, my third match was a ladder match. Oh God, um, yeah, it was ALW. I remember I reached out to Jason, and then Jason was like, "Yeah, let me get back to you." Then I got a message from Tyler X saying, "Hey, we want you to come up. We want you to be in this main event ladder match." I was like, "Okay." Uh, I was like, "A ladder match? Okay." He goes, "Yeah, with two deathmatch guys." I was like, "Holy shit!" Uh, whoa. So I ended up not doing anything crazy in that match because they knew they were like, it's on your third match. But yeah, other than that, I've pretty much had a lot of promoters reaching out to me, and then I've done some research myself. So I'll probably end up doing some research this weekend and messaging people and like School of Morton. I've messaged them in the past. They told me they want me up there. They just got to figure out a date and everything. So several places like that.
And because I is um the is being in school kind of like prohibiting some of that, or
Oh my gosh, yes, man. And having like grades and stuff. Oh my god. I'm just waiting until I turn 18 so I can finally take it fully on the road, and I'll be out of school and graduated by then. So it's definitely like Monday morning I walked into school with like a little bit of like a limp, and like I had a big, I don't know if it's not there anymore. I had like a huge red mark under my chin where it was like where he kicked me. He gave me like one stiff kick right here. So I had like a big like bruise right here. I've got like two big bruises on my hip still. Like I was like walking all funny and everything. So that's definitely a challenge walking into school like that. Now I fractured my ribs in my second match, which was also a main event match for a heavyweight title. Um, so long story short, I was on the ground, about to take a senton. You know how usually they do when somebody gives you a running senton, it's full back, but they land on your side, right?
yep.
Knowing me at the time, I'm like 125, something like that. I've went up like 20 pounds. Like I've gained so much weight since then, but um, I'm wrestling this dude that's about like 300 pounds, huge, tall, muscular black guy. He said, "I'm gonna give you a senton, baby." I said, "Oh, okay." Thought he was gonna gimmick it for me. Long story short, I'm sitting up. He hits the ropes, jumps up, stops midair, full back, comes onto me, boom, sentons me, dude. And I remember like he like bounced up off of me too. And like you can see me in the video. I'm like, I could not fucking breathe, dude. I remember going to school that Monday, dude, and it was terrible. Oh my god, it was so bad. And on top of that, people had found like my YouTube channel, and the teacher ended up playing it on the screen, which Jesus Christ sucked, dude.
No way.
Yeah, dude, that type of stuff happens all the time. That's the only thing I hate about being in high school and wrestling, dude. It's like people always have something to say about it, but And the way I put it, what are they doing? like what are they doing? And it's like it's usually the kids that are like, like football stars or something like that. And I'm like, dude, this is the highlight of your life right here, being a high school football star. I was like, this is literally the highlight. This is what you're gonna tell your grandkids and your children. I was cool in high school. Well, I'm gonna be cool in 20 years, and you're not, dog. So, I mean, that's just how I put it. So,
I mean, I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't think about that either. Being in school and wrestling, which there are always so many mixed opinions about, because I see it on Twitter all the time where people will comment on something like, I remember being 12 and watching wrestling, and then going to bed at 8 o'clock every night, like having a bedtime because mommy told me to or something like that. But it's just like, man, like we watch grown ass men dribble a ball up and down a court for 2 hours
yeah,
at a time. It's just like, I don't get it. I really don't get it because, and I say this all the time, there's a lot of stuff that is scripted and predetermined, but you can't script or predetermine someone missing a move by 2 centimeters and snapping somebody's foot, arm, neck, or anything like that.
or we're going through like 12 chairs, but yeah, sorry. But yeah,
You guys
like the
actually
reason I
broke
brought
one
that
of those
up,
chairs.
you say what?
You guys actually broke one of those chairs, like broke the back off of the legs. I saw
Oh
the
yeah, dude, I didn't watch. Like, I didn't notice when we did it. Like, I remember watching it back, and it took me like 2 days to realize. I actually realized like yesterday. I hit the chair and like it folded down with me. Like it was like the legs were like bent, and it was weird, dude. I wish somebody would got a picture of it. I would. Oh my god, I wish I could have got a picture with the chair. Oh my god, that would have been
Yeah, because
hilarious.
I seen one of the guys. He was carrying it like across the gym or whatever, and I was like, oh shit, they broke a chair. And like for the people that like they don't know, it wasn't like a metal folding chair. It was like a
Yeah.
bucket chair with some metal legs. So I mean, you had to
Speaking
hit it.
of,
If you had to hit it just right for it to break.
oh dude, that was. God. I mean, my adrenaline was going, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But dude, that felt terrible. I'm gonna try to find it real quick. I have the ringside version of it, dude. The ringside version of it looks brutal, bro. Like it looks terrible. Oh wait, here it is. Actually, I'm gonna have to like do
Yeah.
this with my
Oh yeah.
camera.
Yeah. Show it for sure.
Right there, you can see where the chair's like bent
Yep.
and everything.
Yep. There it is. That's it.
Yeah, I had. God, man.
That's
Watching back,
cool.
just
You got
like
to show that because most people just go live from their laptop, so they can't like show it or anything. But
yeah,
yeah, that's cool, man. And so people can get the visual of what we've been talking about, and you taking about 6 chairs to the back.
yeah. It was not pleasant, and like actually, this version right here is better. Like my phone version that I got. Nah, I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if you've
that's a
seen
super good
this
angle.
right here.
Yeah, there's that
Yeah,
poor bent up chair.
yeah. Those chairs were no joke at all. And I went through the chairs like what 2 times I think.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
went
because I
through
think I
it by
hit that
con.
on that side, and then I think I hit on the other side.
Yeah, before we went out, Jack goes. He said if you see a like a like a section of chairs that hasn't been fucked up, fuck it up. He was like because we literally hit every side. Like we hit the right side, I threw Jack into the left side, and then Con threw me into the back side. So I was like, well, I mean, he told me to, so
And
I
I
mean,
don't know if Con's watching this or if he'll see this, but he was like on the ground and like 2 feet in front of me and was just going to town on your head. And I said,
oh
Con,
yeah.
I was like, Con, man, I liked you, but I don't like you anymore.
Wait, did you say that? Did you like say that while we were like? Oh, you were the one who said. Oh, because I remember like hearing it out of like my ear, like it's like coming back to me now. Because I remember like him hitting me or something like that, and like somebody had said that. That's crazy. Jesus.
Yeah, because I comment on his posts every now and then. He's the best heel in the game because I do think Con is a very good heel,
Oh
very
yeah.
because he can choke you out when the ref's not looking and then just hit a pose from the side.
Oh yeah, man. Khan's he's a character. You know, He as soon as we got to the show Saturday, I went up to him. I was like, "What's going on, Con?" He was like, "What's up?" I said, "You think we're gonna draw good tonight?" He said, "Nah, honestly, because they didn't promote me. They didn't tell anybody I was gonna be here." I was like, "Fuck you." I was like, "Fuck you, man," and he just started laughing. So,
Yeah, that sounds exactly like something he would say.
oh yeah, uh,
That's
thought it
gonna
was
do it,
hilarious.
man. We're gonna wrap it up. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me, man. Like I said, I'm a big fan of yours. Seen you 3 or 4 times now, and anytime you're within show distance that I can get to, besides, if I'm not at work, I'll be there, man.
Bet, man. Yeah. I'll definitely, send you my schedule when I get it fully filled out and everything in the next couple of weeks. And let you know when I'll be back in the Greensboro or Burlington area.
Absolutely, yeah, and then hopefully the Lucha Dome can open back up pretty soon and get you.
Yes. Gosh, love the Lucha Dome.
Tell everybody where they can find you at on the social medias.
Instagram is Luke Fury Pro. Facebook is just Luke Fury. You can follow my page or add me as a friend on Facebook. And then Twitter is, if I'm not mistaken, if it's either Luke Fury Pro or the Luke Fury. And then my YouTube, you can just look up Luke Fury Pro Wrestling. You'll find all of my matches on there. I don't have a match and not record it and not post it. So all of my matches that I've ever been in are on my YouTube. So definitely go check those out. And especially the newest one, mine and Jackson Drake's. It's already at like 500 views. The last one, dude. The last one's at like 2.9 thousand views.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I looked back at it yesterday to see, and yeah, it's
Talking about a
going crazy.
draw.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh God.
But yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate it. If there's anything I can do for you in future going forward, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll do what I can for sure.
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
That's gonna do it. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and everyone have a good rest of the week.